Greetings, you guys. That young lady got such a beautiful voice. This is Black Titanic. Earth Journey also is coming up. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. But first, let me do house rules, you guys. Put this banner up there. Gotta have that banner for house rules. House rules is that Black Titanic, right? Under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance for such things as comments, criticism, news, teaching, research, and reporting on all things on Black Titanic channel is just allegedly just my opinion, your opinion, and for fair use. Oh boy, you guys, it's been a trying day. Is Pinky out there? Pinky had to go to Pinky went, I see she's out here. Hey y'all. Miss Mama Donna, hello. She's speaking to May May. Hey, May May, how you doing, May May? Mama Donna said Miss Titanic and Pinky and the chat. May May speaking as well. Okay. May May speaking to, hey, BT. Chocolate. Oh, chocolate. Hey, hello, BT and Pinky the housewife. Wonder how Pinky doing out there. Pink Glover. Pink Glover in the house. Pink Glover had to go to therapy today. Usually when she go to therapy, she like, oh God, they be working them muscles. She be hurting. So Pink Glover is in the house. Reno is in the house. Mr. Tough is in the house. Well, you guys, we just gonna get started. There's not a lot of us, but we gonna get started today, y'all. Let me tell y'all what I got. I got a part 2 of Pastor Keion Henderson. That is Shawnee's. That's Shawnee's husband, you guys. Okay, yesterday what I did. Oh, let me throw the link out for Pinky. If she's still here, I gotta throw this link out for Pinky, you guys. Yeah, so we talked about it yesterday. Yesterday we talked about how he came with a coleslaw, y'all. oh boy. That pastor come with a coleslaw, y'all, for real though. Let me put up, I'm going to it and see what I can find. Now that young lady, he come with a coleslaw. Oh my God. This is the pastor. Now he's a nice looking man, y'all. He's a nice looking man, and she is his second or third wife. But according to that lady, that's her man. Ain't nobody married to him but her. I think her last name is Miss Bell, y'all, but he comes with a coleslaw. It was so bad that the first wife had to go down there and take a restrainer order out on her. So he comes along with that territory. But let's just see what the people of the church is saying about these two. Let me put, I think I put the link out. The church says, former Lighthouse Church member. Y'all, y'all know my eyeballs a little. Let me bring this up closer so I can read it. Pinky usually read this stuff for me, y'all. Her eyes are better than mine. But anyway, this is Pastor Keion, the former Lighthouse Church member here. She says she's identifying herself. I don't know if it's a he or she. All facts. I first saw Shunny attend a Lighthouse service sometime in 2018. Next thing I knew, Pastor Keion and Steph invited Shawnee and Evelyn Lozada and Monique Payton to speak on a panel for the church 2019 relationship conference. Now, y'all know, who's going to invite any of them to be in a relationship? Oh, Lord. I guess that ain't too far-fetched because after all, Martel was on one, wasn't it? If Martel could be on a relationship panel, so can Evelyn. But Evelyn Lozado said she couldn't make it, so one of Shawnee's other friends attended in Evelyn's place. Lord have mercy, Evelyn knows she couldn't. She would have burnt a hole in the church floor. She would have went up in there. Okay, and everything went down here from there. What church you know of would invite Shawnee O'Neal? That's what I said. And Evelyn Lozada to speak, to teach the women in their church. Lord have mercy, Pastor Keion. Now that right there is a major red flag right there that you wanted these two women, Shawnee and Evelyn, to come teach to women's empowerment to women. Lord have mercy. And she got 4 question marks behind it. She said, what? What she said, what church you know of would invite Shawnee O'Neal and Evelyn Lozada to speak? Teach to women in their church. Got 4 big old question marks behind there. Now the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. That's what she said. Pastor Keion and Shawnee did First Lady Felicia so wrong. Now, First Lady Felicia got 3 kids, I believe. So, yeah, they got children together, y'all. Yeah. Felicia didn't deserve that. But I'm happy that Felicia is free from all that narcissism, that gaslighting, and love bombing that she experienced. So y'all, let me tell y'all something. Pastor Keion comes with a bed bug, and I need to know more about his bed bug situation, you guys, because I'm just not really digging into Pastor Keion, the $4.4 million pastor. He's still cheaper than Creflo Dollar, y'all. Y'all know Creflo Dollar. I guess he said if he can ask Creflo Dollar can ask for a jet, he can ask for a church. But it's just the wrong timing, Pastor. It's the wrong timing for you to be asking for $4 million after the hurricane that tore up everybody's house, church, to tow the whole neighborhood up, and you trying to get $4.4 million out of these people. You ain't said nothing about shelter for these people, food, whatever. We went over there yesterday, y'all. But let me tell y'all something that y'all don't know about Pastor. Pastor Keion, right here, right? This pastor right here, nice looking, him and Shawnee. I want their relationship to work, y'all. I'm not bashing neither one of them. I'm just here to tell y'all facts. Now, check this out. This is Pastor Keion and his mother. This is the strangest story, y'all. Pastor Keion and his mother been in the same church ever since he was big enough to know himself, right? Come to find out one day they had this Father's Day thing in school, right? So his mama, he knows right now his mama is a single mama. He didn't have no daddy to show up at school. He went home, asked his mama, Mama, who is my daddy? At the time, he said he was like 12 or 13. Come to find out, it was the pastor of the church. That pastor of the church, that he been in this church all his life and didn't even know that the man was the daddy, y'all. Lord. And it gets better. So he said, oh God, sometimes it's hard to figure out how somebody can be so spiritually blind. That pastor had to groom mama because she still feel like it was God's will. That she be the mistress to that pastor and that she be the one to have his children. He told her that God told him for her to have a boy, y'all. So right now it's strange, y'all. I'm going to show y'all that interview. But she's strange. She still feel like She's here for some divine purpose to be this pastor mistress, y'all. She been his mistress all her life. So now, she got kids. But check this out: she was married. Yeah, she was married, and he said he remembered his stepdaddy. Well, he thought he was the dad at the time, the husband. With two bags at the door leaving. But now you come to find out that her husband left because he found out that Pastor Keion was not his nor the youngest daughter. It's three of them. The only child was his was the oldest daughter. Them other two kids, Pastor Keion and the little sister, is by the pastor of the church. Yeah, y'all. And the pastor got a whole marriage going on. Married 30, 40 years, like he happy. Family live down the street and everything. But I ain't gonna tell y'all everything. I'm gonna run this video. Oh Lord have mercy. But this woman right here, this man groomed her, y'all. It's sad. This woman every bit about 70 now, and she still feel like God chose her to have babies by this pastor, and the pastor got a wife and children, but he groomed that woman like that. Okay, Pinky, I'm bringing you upstage. Pinky, did you hear this weird story?
I hear it now. Oh yes, I did. I heard it a couple days ago, actually.
Yes, yeah. If you look at his mama, you'd be like, what the hell wrong with you? But now you should have been something should have hit you by now that this was not a divine will from God that you be this man mistress all your life, this married pastor mistress, huh?
And have kids by him too.
Yeah, and then he was so low down to Pastor Henderson said he lived like 5 blocks down. Now, see, he said he used to wish that was his dad. He sat in church and watched how they had nice clothes on. They were wealthy. He drove new cars all the time. They stayed 5 blocks down in a little shack. Yes. So he said after he found out that was his dad when he got 12 or 13 years old, he was angry because they were suffering down there. But you know what Mom said? He talking to him. Mama said, well, it's just the will of God. It was a divine will of God. Pinky, I hope nobody. I don't know how they get like that, Pinky. How you get so spiritual blind like that? And she still feel like she was not that young because she was already married. She's already married.
Still brainwash you. They can still brainwash you. You know that? Because you're weak. There's something lacking. There's something that you're looking for. You're needing something. And a predator, I hate to call him that, like that pastor, they can spot them a mile away. And they're fish. They'll do what they call fishing. And when I say fishing, that means he's asking you questions and he's trying to figure out. And then he's going to hit it right on the head. And then you're going to think this man know you. This man know you. Oh, this man know me. Oh, and before you know it, you're a fool now. Because he's going to tell you everything that you want to know. And then he's going to try to isolate your mind from other people. And then try to tell you what you need to do in the Word of God.
And Pinky, man, he dead and gone, and she's still like as if this man got this hold on her. This pastor is dead and gone, and it's out now. Of course, he done went and told since he dead. Now he'll talk. The son will talk to say that was my dad, you know. But right. He remembered just before he died, he did acknowledge that he was his son. You know, but right. Yeah, let me put the video through. Y'all got to see this. This is, oh Lord have mercy, this is a mess. I'm finna run it through. This Pastor Keion Henderson. This is Shawnee O'Neill's husband.
Yeah. Now, that's her husband. Ooh.
Shawnee got something going on. I don't know. I hope this man was work, but he still come with that coleslaw. I gotta dig deeper in that because that woman said that she is his wife, ain't nobody else she wife, and she done ran the first wife away. So I don't know if she can run Shawnee away, but we're gonna see. I gotta dig deep in his coleslaw. He come with a coleslaw, y'all. She said she ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody the real wife but her. That's what she said. Let's see this.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the interview with the mom. Now keep in mind now, he's interviewing his mother and just watch her demeanor, y'all. She feel like she been used as a divine purpose to be this man mistress, this pastor mistress, and to have his kid. And he got a whole wife and family. And she still
Oh.
feel like that. And he dead and gone. This is something else, y'all. Oh Lord, but she looked like a sweet lady though. So this is Pastor Lighthouse Church. This is Keion Henderson. This is Shawnee's O'Neill husband. But man, he's talking to his mother. He says that he learned that the pastor of the church that he belonged to all his life was his dad. He found out at 12 years old. They've been in that church all their life. That's the only church. But he watched this man and he said he wished that this man was his dad. He saw this man as a great family man, a great provider, and then said they lived 5 blocks down in this big old huge home. And he always wished that he had those things that those kids had that the pastor had. But y'all, one day he got sick. And no. He said he was at school and it was a Father's Day. Y'all had his Father's Day come to school. He didn't have a father to come up to the school, so he went home and asked his mama. And that's when she told him at 12 years old that the pastor of their church, they still was in the same church, was his father and the little sister. Now back it up now. She was married to he have an older sister that they were married to. I think it's 3 of them in a home. I think that what happened is that her husband left her because she was messing around with the pastor now, y'all. And he found out that those children, the last 2 she had, was not his. That they belonged to the pastor. Now look, for some reason his mama feel like that's her duty. She's been holding all this in. She's been keeping that secret. She's been faithful in church. She's been there in church every Sunday, every Saturday, every Wednesday, sitting up there worshiping y'all. And for some reason, she felt like it was a call from God. that she delivered this man a son. But I'm wondering, how is that God's will for you to have a son by a married man and a married pastor? But she never said anything bad about this man. What she do is say that, it was just a divine. It's divine. Let's hear mom.
When you found out that you were pregnant with me, can you take me back to that moment? Like, what were you thinking? Where were you at in life?
Well, messing with the pastor.
The most blessed thing that God could ever do to you. That's what you can say right now. You're thinking about what you want to say.
It was a little awkward,
okay.
But yet of happiness,
Yeah.
and everything. I never the thought never crossed my mind to get rid of you, and even though in the what was going on, and everything, and at that point, your father had already informed me that you was going to be a boy, that he had been asking for a son, and he wanted a son, and God had promised him a son.
A married man.
Everything.
So she was the mistress, y'all, to this pastor. Now, she was young at the time. I guess the pastor was older. But, he definitely groomed her. Her mind is something different, you guys.
So when I wasn't surprised when you were born as a male, because he always reiterated and assured me that you was a boy and that he was having a son. And
so in her, she speaks so proudly of this, being this pastor mistress, and says she'll never break up the church. So she just kept going to church, kept having babies by this pastor, kept her mouth closed because she said it was the will of God, y'all.
Everything. But the thing about carrying you, now that was another story, because you had gotten to the point where you had outgrew my insides. And it was like pressure, hard to breathe, because you had every inch covered, and everything. So when I went into labor with you, it didn't.
I wanted the pastor show up, y'all.
Ease. It was immediately hard labor because of your size, and everything. And so what they had to end up doing, after I was in labor for so long and you wouldn't come out, they had to give me a C-section. I had a C-section with you. They had to take you because of the size of my pelvis and being very close to, and everything. So even though with all that and how things were, like people say, if there's something in your life that you would change, what is it? That's not one, because it wasn't in vain. To watch you.
Now, y'all hear that, don't y'all? She has no remorse about what she did, sleeping with this pastor all these years and having this baby, and he was down the street and married.
Grow up, When you was little, you were thick, believe it or not. This was a thick kid. No, I couldn't even walk around with him. He was heavy. He was very heavy. He the guys from the church used to come and get him and bring him into church and take him out to church for me and stuff like that.
Because I was too big.
Now you see that. Now that's he all this time. He is the pastor's son, y'all.
Because he was big. He was heavy when he was born.
So how hard was it to be a single parent? You have me, but Keion's not here yet. And then you have Danielle. And so Keion and I were a year and a half apart. So you conceive her. So just take, there's three of us there.
So Keion and him are sisters and brothers by the pastor. They got an older sister now by the husband, the first one. Now the husband left her when she had him The husband left her, y'all. Let's just put it like that, because he felt like, I think he found out that Keion wasn't his son, and she would never leave the pastor alone. She still feel like it was her calling from God to be this pastor mistress, allegedly.
You have been previously married to my older sister's father.
Mhm.
Now you're single, and it's just you, me, and the girls. I can still remember, like it was yesterday. We were staying at the house on Maryville, and I remember when you were going through the divorce, and I remember seeing two black trash bags leaning up against the wall. And I remember asking you what those were for, and then you said that our stepfather at the time, and this is what I loved about you. I never heard you say anything negative about it.
How could she, when she was a married woman, messed around with the married pastor in church? So why did he pack up and leave? You know why? He found out that y'all was not his kids. Y'all belonged to the pastor of the church.
Anybody, especially our fathers, in a day and time where that's just not a common thing with women today. No child support, no help, no nothing. I still never heard you say anything negative. Left to do it on your own. I still never heard you say anything negative. When I saw those two bags leaning up against that wall, you said he went on, his job took him on vacation. He had to go work. You never said he left us. You never said nothing, and I admire you. But that day was the day that I decided in my heart that you were never going to have to work again.
Wow.
I didn't know how I was going to do it. I thought it was going to be basketball. But that's the day the fire came up inside of me, because I realized later that you didn't tell us the truth. You were trying to protect us from the truth. How hard is that, Mama, when you have to do that and struggle and not let your kids know what the real deal is to protect them? Take me to that moment and how difficult it was.
But if you listen to her good now, she's trying to protect the pastor. That's what she was protecting.
It's pretty difficult to do, and you have to muscle up everything within you to do it. But I was able to do it out of the love for you guys. You guys was my number one priority. I asked God that as long as He blessed me with my health and my strength, I will work. Even if I could have took them to court and sued for child support, if I wanted to. But it crossed my mind. But every time I thought about it, the Holy Spirit said, no, don't do it. And because I had to think of the position.
So the Holy Spirit told her, no, you can't hold this pastor financially stable for your children that was starving by him.
It crossed my mind. But every time I thought about it, the Holy Spirit said, no, don't do it. And because I had to think of the position, the church, and all that, Sometimes, you say when you make decisions, you have to learn to live with them. Whether it's good or ugly, you have to learn to live with them. And things wasn't picture perfect, and everything. Living condition wasn't all that great, But it was a thing. We never were outside. We never was without food. You guys never went without clothing or shoes or anything.
Yes, I remember one time, you talking about shoes. Do you remember taking me out of school and taking me to Woodmar Mall when the Jordans started coming out and everybody had to wait in line to get Jordans? I won't forget you bought me the white and baby blue Jordans. They were $150. And then you took me back to school at lunchtime. So I was the first dude in school with the J's on. You don't know how mom. That's what set me up. That's how I became the smooth dude that I am and put me on a whole other level. You hooked me up.
And like I said, how I manage with having three of my own, and
taking care of everybody else's.
Taking care of everyone else, child, their mom, they fell out with their parents. All I can say, it was done by the grace of God, because of what I was bringing in. It was no way
taking care of 5 or 6 kids.
Those many children, because many people have folded up under that.
Yeah.
You know, and everything. So I had to trust in him, because that's all I knew. That's all I had.
Yeah.
Y'all know something wrong with being like this, so spiritually blind. This man has really groomed this woman. This woman is older, and she's still groomed today by this pastor. Now the pastor dead and gone, y'all. So here's the story, you guys. He found out that this was his dad, and then a lot of anger came. The anger came because of how they were living. They were poor. He said he watched his father and his siblings and brothers and sisters just was 5 blocks down, y'all. 5 blocks down. He had to watch them. Of course, he said they live in a 5-bedroom house. He wore fancy clothes, drove fancy clothes, and they were suffering. As him being the little boy that he was, he got angry, but he never did confront him. Not at that time. He was just a child, going through the teen years and the adult years.
And I know I wasn't going to destroy the church. That was the farthest thing away from my mind. Before I had done that, I would rather have walked away.
See, she's still going to protect this man. You didn't destroy the church. You were just a little young lady. He destroyed his own church. See, and she put all the blame on herself and not that pastor. This woman is still groomed. She's such a sweet lady, though. I can tell she's a sweet lady.
Yeah.
A good mother, too.
And I believe because I was obedient and listened to his word, that's why he kept us.
You see that? She was obedient. That obedience was to never go against the pastor, right? Even though those are his kids, nobody couldn't know, because he had convinced her that she was doing the will of God for him.
Even though it angered you more so than it did the girls, in the living conditions and the things that we had to go through. It angered you more so than any of them. You never really expressed that, you never really verbally said anything to me, but it was in your demeanor. And the book, The Shift, a lot.
So that was the book that he wrote called The Shift, about his wife growing up, you guys. He was angry. Sonny got so much to deal with this man. This man got so much trauma coming from his childhood. And that $4 million, he really feels like y'all, he deserved it, and we owed him $4.4 million. He don't have no remorse about it. But anyway, you guys, this is the Lighthouse Church present a Mother's Day special worship. This is Keion Henderson and his mother. I never got her name, y'all.
Me and to see the real you when you was growing up in that condition.
Let me speed it on up a little bit. Let me see what he's saying.
Had to stand the ground in which I promised the Lord. Yeah.
Oh, she really still today feel like the Lord had her as the special vessel for this pastor, and she had to stand that ground. She had to bear his kids. I guess he came over, did what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it, and keep her mouth closed. But some kind of way, this woman feels like she was obedient to God. It was God's will that she be this man's mistress. It's God's will that she have a son by that pastor because the pastor told her to.
Yeah.
Because I knew that one day you was going to be where you are today. Because, like I said, even though the father wasn't there in the house personally, he would always tell that you were going to be great. God had something great for you to do. That you was going to be, out of all the sons, the best preacher, and that you was going to be able to reach people. That was your calling on your life. Why it happened the way it happened, I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I was
But he predicted your life before you were conceived and after you conceived.
and did it to me. And let me say right here in your face on camera in the year 2020, and I said this to him before I saw him alive for the first time, alive for the last time. My anger was because I didn't
His eyes welling up with tears, you guys.
have any other emotion to access. It was the only one I knew. I didn't know how to communicate it. I just wanted something more, and I wanted what I thought he had for us. I looked at new suits, new clothes, new cars, family vacations, family reunions, and I only knew 7 or 8 of my family members total, including both sides. I wanted it for you. I wanted it for us. I remember going to his house. I laid in the bed with him before he passed away. I have it recorded on my cell phone to this day. And I laid in the bed with him, and I told him that I had nothing in my heart anymore about what we had gone through. That I had no frustrations, no anger. That I had completely exonerated him and released him from any of my expectations. Not because he deserved it, and not because I was so good, but I did because I became him. Mm-hmm. I became a 30-something-year-old man with a family and options and choices, and understood for the first time in my life the immense amount of pressure it is to be a productive man, a man who produces, and a man who takes care of everything. And you take that and you put us in the most volatile profession that life has to offer, where if you make a wrong turn, it could be all over. You're at the whims of people's decisions.
Well, that's it, you guys. If y'all want to see it, it's called the Lighthouse Church presents a Mother's Day special worship. Keion Henderson is Shawnee's new husband. That was the weirdest story, you guys. That is. Whew. Oh boy, Pinky, you hear that? Oh, let me say hi. I thought I saw Pastor Justice. Hey. Pastor Justice out there in the chair. Okay, what you
Oh, I'm sorry, my Titanic.
Huh?
Did you say White House or
It's Lighthouse.
White House? Okay.
Yeah, Lighthouse. Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm pulling it up now.
But this is the weirdest thing. Come on, Pastor Justice, come up here. Put the thing up. Pastor Justice up there putting this stuff out.
I just pulled it up. That woman looks crazy in the eyes. She's scared. Let me just say this. She scared the jujus out of me. The jibbies. When I say just from looking at her, I said to myself, Lord of mine, I would not leave a baby or nobody around that woman. I wouldn't even want to be left in the house with her myself because that woman looks scary. If somebody scare me, that means you scary. You scare me. I can see crazy. When a person get like that, when they are brainwashed and controlled like that and been all their life just like coleslaw and nailed and the rest of them. But this woman been doing it for so long. Her eyes are gone. She's gone in her eyes. She ain't there no
Just
more.
test it out. Is she gonna come up? But
I
okay,
don't know.
listen, girl. Hey, Queen, common sense. Hey, babe.
Hi, Queen.
You know,
Hi, Justice. Hi, everybody.
yes. Listen, yeah, she looked strange. I thought that now, when you look at it, you're gonna look at see the whole interview, and all throughout this interview, she held herself up as she's some kind of you know how people talk about Mary had the baby, had a baby
Yeah.
by Jesus, and
I
she
told you that woman just crazy.
yeah, she feel like she that was her calling. It's like Mary, like Mary calling was to have a baby by Jesus. But this was just crazy to me. I thought, and Sonny don't not Sonny, Shawnee gonna have a lot to deal with this man, y'all.
That's why Shani dropping her drawers somewhere else.
What did Queen say? Queen said, "Mama, his mama looked like a drone."
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Black Titanic, but you overlooking it. This woman is crazy. She's gone. She ain't there no more. I can look at her for that little quick second. And when every time they put the camera on her face, she ain't there. That woman is gone. She ain't
She,
there no more. He's
she
talking
ain't
to a Stepford woman.
I guess so. See, she sat there in that church year after year after year. And then she sat there, and then her son, which is Pastor Keion, sitting there, wishing that he had a dad like that. And all the time, that was his dad sitting up in church. And she never did leave the church, y'all. No, y'all heard what she said. She dare not try to mess that church up because it was God's will. She's sitting up there like she the saint of the church. This man and told her that God and told him that she's supposed to have babies by him, and he married and got a family and a pastor of a church, man.
Because she thinks she's married. I'm serious. So she
Oh,
got to walk around dignified. She got to walk around like she's a living angel. Show no emotion. Just sit there. And y'all, I can't even say no more because I don't want to be disrespectful. Because I don't want to say this woman is crazy in real life. But that's the way I'm thinking. She is
well,
lost in the eyes.
you know what I was thinking? Did she not at one time have no remorse sitting up there for that? The wife was there. The whole family, I mean, just all laughing in front of the wife's face. They had dinners in church. They went out to different events with the church. She was always there, like she was this faithful lady of the church, man. And
Because
you
she
have
knows
no,
she was the chosen one. She's the chosen. She's been
yeah.
chosen by God to give this child, give this pastor a child. She's the chosen one. So she's not going to act a fool. She's going to be there and play her role. And she probably, if anybody try to hurt that man, she'll be the first one to jump up and put her life on the line.
Okay,
She's
let me
just
see
that
what
crazy. And
Pastor
sleep
Justin.
in the same bed with her husband and then talking about some child support. Woman, you need to be. And
No,
I
she
can't
said
stand the fact that he's talking
no,
about
no, no,
child
no, no,
support.
no, no. That she said she would never put him on child support because the
Okay,
Holy.
well, he did. Somebody said, I think it was him.
No, the whole no, 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 no. He asked her why she wouldn't put him on child support. Put the dad on child support because they were suffering down there. They were suffering, and she said the Holy Spirit told her not to.
Holy Spirit told her right.
Don't what? Not to put him on child support. If she would have
Put a
put
man
him
on
on
child
child
support when
support,
you know you're cheating and you know that baby ain't his. Oh, she should
No,
have probably.
no. Listen, Pinky. The pastor, he ain't talking about the husband. He was asking her, why didn't you put his dad, his biological dad, on child support since he
Oh,
was the daddy? And she said the Holy Spirit told her not to. Now her husband been long gone by now. He been gone and doing his thing. So anyway, Justice said First Lady still cussing
thank
like
you,
a
Lord.
demon from hell on that show. You know what? You talking about the basketball? I got the basketball wives on here too, y'all. Yeah, I got it on here. But yeah, and then that other lady, he got a coleslaw pastor Justin that come with him now. She ain't going nowhere. She telling y'all she is not going nowhere. Justice said, like father, like son, he bought his mistress to Shani. First lady used to hide the real life of the sugar. First lady used to hide the real life of the sugar preacher. Oh my God.
Lord, these people are sick. That family is sick.
Yeah, what he went through to have to witness that growing up, that had to be emotional draining, you guys. Okay, let me put part 2. This is going to be Love and Marriage Huntsville and Basketball Wives. Now, in Love and Marriage Huntsville, I was looking at whatever they all sitting at the table talking about Sonny. Now that's their favorite conversation. But then Melody was trying to tell them that you actually could be friends with somebody without sleeping with them. At the ending of it, Tisha gonna give her confession, y'all. And she talking about, well, maybe Martell will talk about cheating. Maybe Martell was telling the truth about the cheating because he not lying. So I'm saying then, he said that you slept with his homeboy, right? So did she just admit that Martell is telling the truth? She
Yeah,
said Martell is telling the truth about the cheating now. What she was referring to was called Melody said you can be friends with people without sleeping with them. And y'all gonna
mhm.
see, let me put it through. But this girl just confessed that Martell is not lying that she slept with his homeboy. Yeah, but do you remember Marceau saying that she
Right.
cheats back? Do you remember that?
Wait now. Say Marcel say
Marceau
what?
says that Tisha cheats back. That's what he said. I remember one time. I don't know if he was playing or what, but the subject came up on cheating, and he said Tisha cheats back. That's what he said.
Oh,
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, that was like about 3 or 4 seasons back. Mhm.
Eagles flies with eagles. All right, now hit the like button, share, and subscribe. This is Arthur Omer, and remember, eagles fly with eagles.
I am my ancestors. Yes. Grand Rising, everyone. Make sure you pay homage or tribute to your ancestors today. But anyway, because we always come back to tell our history, y'all. You can't keep our history hidden from us because we always come back to tell. Well, I am my ancestors. You are your ancestors. So I still don't know why they're not at their place. They say they just bought a place, they renovated, but they go somewhere else and sit around and taste food. This is crazy to me. But let me read this. Love and Marriage Huntsville is back Saturday. Bunny Blue said if Tisha ain't gonna do nothing, she will perpetuate that Mel was cheating too. Girl, we heard you the first 10 times. So she gonna say that that Mel was a cheater, yeah. Tisha just can't be quiet. Her day will come. Well, if Martel isn't lying, then I guess he's not lying all about you. Let's just see here.
She's not taking accountability. Everybody knows how I genuinely feel about you. I thought I did too until I heard the interview. You should. Unfortunately, some of these people not your friends.
Marshall did an interview by his saying, I'm like, why would this dude even fix his mouth to say something about my charge? So what's the problem with you then? Every time he opens his mouth and says about Marshall, he was talking about Martel. I was going to tell you talking about Marshall was about Martel. I'm telling you right now, I don't have no respect for you. Okay, you in that jail? It's like, no, it's like, it's still people. You know, I'm not saying nothing about it. Why can't you get my
Okay, so he said that Tisha was screwing his boy, y'all. Let me put this on now. That's right. Come on, let's keep it going.
Never saw each other. Not even in the gym. Never. The first time I walked into the gym, I ran. I got scared.
He did. He turned around and walked away.
Yeah, like ran. Like literally took off. Like, what year is this? It's like 2019, 2020, 21 or something like that. We had no interaction with
important message.
Let me tell y'all something. There are some people in this world who will never understand the fact that you can have conversation with someone and it can just be conversation.
Yeah,
like some people, because they can't do it. So there are people you can just.
Well, thank you, Queen, for blessing me. Thank you.
Understand.
Been such a long time since I got anything. Okay, now right here is where he gonna say one thing and she gonna say another thing about the timeline, y'all.
Again, I feel you, but the reality is.
No, that's more so.
No. This is based on what you said. If your conversation had to stop when her husband came back, that's what it's supposed to do.
Well, that means that some of Marquez was telling the truth. Marquez said that they were still married and they were messing around. So Marquez said that.
It was something to be stopped.
No, it sure is defending married couples having conversations with people of opposite sex.
Maybe Martel was not lying about Mel having all these conversations within their marriage after all.
You met this girl in 26.
So y'all heard what she said. So Martel is not lying about you neither, Tisha, then. Say real fathers, real men. That is what he's trying to prove. You're not proving that you're a real man trying to talk another man with his biological daughter to prove your point. You and Trish, y'all wrong. This is a very inappropriate picture with this little girl. So once again, Carlos has provided a toxic environment for his people, y'all. He has provided a toxic environment for everybody.
Did an interview by his saying, I'm like, why would this dude even fix his mouth to say something about my charge? So what's the problem with you then? Every time he opens his mouth and says about Marshall, he was talking about Martel. I was going to tell you talking about Marshall was about Martel. I'm telling you right now, I don't have no respect for you. Okay, you in that jail? It's like, no, it's like, it's still people. You know, I'm not saying nothing about it. Why can't you get my
Did Tisha confess that she slept with Martel homeboy? Well, if you listen very careful in what she did in her confession with her husband, when he talks about infidelity, well, he was not talking about infidelity. She brought it up. She says, well, maybe Martel tells the truth about infidelity. Maybe Martel tells the truth about Melody and her friendship with her man. So we're going to assume that you just confessing about yourself too. Because that's what you're talking about. He just said that you slept with his homeboy. You just confessed that maybe Martel tells the truth about this infidelity and cheating. And you Yeah, he said you did the same thing.
Having conversations with people of opposite sex.
Maybe Martel was not lying about Mel having all these conversations within their marriage.
Boy, that ain't got no rhythm, can it? Anyway, say the girls trip looks fun. All new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then Mel makes it happen, even for her haters. Yes, Tisha laughed like she's still in Alabama. Just country. Y'all crazy.
This is how you actually start a party. They're beautiful, like they're beautiful and colorful and all that kind of thing. I still have high hopes for this trip. I do, because I'm very optimistic.
Y'all see that Tisha, that laugh like she's still in Alabama. They dancing, y'all. I had to cover it. I didn't want to get copyright. Fun now. Oh my goodness. Melody love to have fun. Now watch this little heifer go and say that, she like to be around a lot of men. They gonna twist it, you guys. Have fun, right. Melody, you single. Melody is dancing with a guy right here, y'all. I had to cover it. They said it was a copyright.
How does Jackson live?
Jackson, my grandson,
Yeah.
He's the one. Yeah.
When's his next birthday?
I'm not sure when his next birthday is.
Okay.
Y'all remember this story? So that's one of the things that she does not know anything about her daughter or her grandson. Her grandson was near death, and Jackie still didn't go see about the grandson. So her daughter, Takari, has made a tell-all book. So Jackie is still upset over the tell-all book.
What made you want to donate?
Just wanting to help, the pictures, of his face, and it was horrible.
So you weren't trying to show her up and say, look, I'm gonna be doing more for you.
Yeah, he was burnt. The baby was burnt. I think his name was Jackson. But and then they needed money, they need somewhere to stay, and Jackie still refused to help her daughter.
Well, why? But where's that going to bring me in life? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll be honest with you, Mark. I'm gonna say this: people did reach out to me, and they was like, "Evelyn's doing this because she wants to come back on Basketball Wives. You are the queen there, and she wants to make her name relevant." My whole thing was, what?
Y'all hear what she's saying? This is crazy, Jackie. We're talking about your grandson burnt up. He burnt, y'all, striving for his life, and I see you. And the daughter had to put up a GoFundMe.
She has a show on some other network. What the like?
Jamie, let me bring you in for a second, though, because you were another person who witnessed this and said that the motives were not pure.
The image that bothered Evelyn so much was on the blogs 4 to 6 months before they got intertwined with each other. So then there was like scuttlebutt that Evelyn might be coming back to Basketball Wives. Then the next thing that came out, to follow the chain, was when the girl only wanted $3,500 and she already had the money, and then it seemed like Evelyn was the last donation. So if you're on the outside looking in at all of this, it looks like, well, what? Girl, she already had the money. What?
Girl, I never announced. When I donated the money, I didn't announce that I was coming by that time.
No, I said there was scuttlebutt. I said there was scuttlebutt that, Evelyn might come back. She might be, is she going to come? Exactly.
What do you say to that?
So that me coming back to the show would have been a splash in itself. I don't need to donate $3,500 to Jackie.
No. And listen,
that's just what it is. Like,
And
This
I
had
would think
nothing
it was
to do. I was gonna come back regardless. Do you understand what I'm saying? I did it because I wanted to help a child. I donated to kids.
Let me say this.
Let me finish.
Evelyn,
I donated to kids in Syria. I donated to a gentleman that was smoking a cigarette and died in a house fire. Like, I was moved by the photo. It had nothing to do with, I want attention.
Well, she did the right thing, and I would be grateful if somebody donated some money. Even if my daughter did have that $33,000 to cover her hospital bill, that $3,500 too still would help her go a long ways. And I think the daughter said it helped her with housing because she didn't have nowhere to go when she got out. So allegedly, y'all. I don't get Jackie. Jackie wrong. Well, her daughter still was saying that she don't have anything to do with her mother. Her mother is ashamed of her. Her daughter said that she tried to commit, delete herself from the time she was young because her mother made her feel so unloved and so ugly. That's what the daughter Takara said.
Like, okay, so girl, you sound, what was the fuck?
So this young lady right here is going to be a mediator. She just came back and told the lady wants to be a mediator, get all these girls back together. Y'all know you always got somebody in the group that want to be the peacemaker. So I think they respect this young lady. And so she's telling her that she found out that Jackie was a prostitute. She said, you selling, she's so surprised. She said, well, what was the price?
Are you doing it now?
How much?
So she said, is she doing it now? And then now she's Googling up how much was prostitution in 1987.
Tisha in 1987. Okay, no, we know she wasn't the highest paid customers. It was about $10.
She said Jackie made $10, y'all. This is so funny. Okay, so let's go to the meeting. Let's see what she's gonna tell Jackie. She got to inform. Oh, let's see now. Did I miss it? All right, let's see.
Well, you completely agree with Cheyenne, and I see something. And it was a think about situation for me the whole time.
So I had a really good time. They did bring up something that I feel is a little heavy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why is it that Jackie it's always Jackie? Said Jackie clapped back and exposed it. Evelyn got a secret too, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna never forget. Guess what Evelyn's secret is? But oh God. Okay, Cheyenne, go on and tell her what's going on.
Do I need a drink? Is it about me?
Yeah, it's about you.
I would like to know what it is that these idiots.
Well, Jackie, you know if these girls, it's not going to be nothing nice about you.
Idiots have come up with now.
Listen, let me take this disclaimer. I love you regardless of whether this was allegations, true or not. I don't really give a
She said I'm music. Whether these allegations, when he was a $10 prostitute or not, I still love you, Jackie. Did you make 50 cents? Did you make $10? Did you make $20? Or did you even make a quarter, Jackie? Tell us.
So this time I'm going to say, don't be mad at me. Have you ever got caught for prostitution?
Have you ever got caught, Jackie? Tell the truth, Jackie. Because the girl got the mug shot. She went and hired a private investigator, and that's what came back on you. Evelyn did a thing now. 1987. Evelyn said you was a $10 prostitute.
One of these prostitution ain't one. I cannot believe what Cheyenne shared.
I don't even. What y'all think? She said, I don't even know how I feel. I can't believe it. How could they go to think that I'm like that? Do y'all believe Jackie, or do y'all think this is just something they made up? I don't know. But whatever the case it was in 1987. Before she got married, ain't it?
Know how to feel. Spreading lies about me is one thing, but when you start spreading illegal lies and things that can affect my
relationships, that's not going to be tolerated. It got
So now I'm gonna tell y'all something. She says it's gotta be a mistaken identity. It was not me. It was not I that was making $10 in 1987 walking the street. But look, Jackie, y'all have to admit that all these girls, Jackie Mary's still intact with Doug. Jackie's something else. Maybe that's why Doug be gone all the time.
AI or a mistaken identity. But Jackie Christie has never been approached by a police officer, FBI, anybody in that sense, in any kind of illegal way.
So I want to know, how did they get those mug shots? Is that mug shot fake? Well, Evelyn, you got a lot of explaining to do. I ain't never been there. Ain't no police never arrest me. I have any kind, nothing of any kind of illegal way, say Jackie. I've never been a $10 prostitute. Were you a $20 prostitute?
How do you think my husband's gonna feel when I say you married an ex-prostitute? Who is the one that had it on their main phone? It would be the brokest one.
Oh, so who was the one had it on me? Evelyn. So now, okay, it will be the brokest one in the group. That's what Evelyn called her. I mean, Jackie called her Evelyn broke. Broke. Cause every man she get dumped. So she tried to marry, Evelyn be marrying for money, and these men know it, they dump. So, but let's just see let's hear what's Evelyn's secret. Cause Jackie got her own secret about Evelyn.
Of the group. Listen, since she wants to lie, let me tell you some facts. Who was doing with them dogs?
What the dogs? The dogs. Woo! Oh, Evelyn. She said the dogs. That you were having some kind of shit with the dogs.
Dogs? Bestiality is a thing. Wait, hold on.
Okay, now, y'all know Jackie got that wine in her. Jackie finna get back at her. Now Jackie finna choose this woman. The unthinkable.
Coming up, and clearly your partner.
So now Jackie is sitting down, telling her be her friend. You know, Evelyn and Jennifer, they used to be close, but they're not as close as they used to be. But they'll tolerate each other. So she's telling her about what happened to her. She said that she was a 1987 $10 prostitute.
But how about everything you just said to me? Why don't you say it there?
I got a killer tongue. My tongue.
So y'all already know it. Y'all trying to get all of them together. They both got hard heads. Now, that's one thing I can say about Jackie. She not scared of Evelyn. Evelyn ain't finna bully her.
Could tell the bitch.
Okay, well.
You really want me to do that? Let's do it.
Lord of mercy.
Hi, Brandy.
Okay, y'all. So Brandy is there. All the girls are sitting around. So they're hoping that they can mend this relationship. So they can be a happy one big family again. You know, everybody cordial with each other, going out, having a great time, dancing and laughing. But Jackie, she ain't gonna hear it. Jackie gonna clap back. That done made her mad now. That she done called her a $10 hoe.
Hey there. Hi.
$10 hoe.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
All right, so you got the young lady that's supposed to be the mediator. Good luck being a mediator in this group.
Jackie, Cheyenne was not invited. The last time I saw Cheyenne, we was in the middle of Crenshaw looking crazy. I'm sorry, Cheyenne. I didn't know that you were coming.
That's okay.
I am
Well, that sounds.
telling because you.
She said, I don't have a place setting because you was not invited. Oh, they got an answer to that. Just go over there and pull up a chair. Pull up a chair there. Because y'all need to hear this gossip.
We're not bringing anybody.
Of course, but you know how I get out.
So, Welcome to Jen's Parlay. I just want.
Yeah, that kind of remind me. I didn't know why I stumbled over it. This kind of remind me of Mel, when Mel and I know Destiny was coming. So surprise, surprise, surprise. Yes, I just want this to be a place of love and light.
Want this to be a place of love and light. Cheyenne, I know we have some things happening with some people here, but again, like I didn't expect you to come.
So Diane's supposed to be the voice of wisdom. Don't look like Jane. I'm too happy to see her, but I didn't expect you to come, Cheyenne. Cheyenne shaking her head. Yeah. But y'all got to hear this tea. I got to get this group together. Good luck, Cheyenne.
So we're just gonna probably like table that.
I get it.
Yeah, we could just keep it Q and mute.
No, it's all good. I get it.
I really feel like this is important for us to.
Yeah, we need to talk about our issue to try and move forward. That's why Cheyenne is there. But is Jackie gonna hear it and is Evelyn gonna hear it?
Talk about our issues and try and move forward.
I think this is great what you're having, and I do call it a ponderosa. It's not a parlay.
But it's not yours, so.
Shay. No, this is not your event.
Therefore, girl, but you know your ponderosas aren't successful.
And it doesn't look like your parlay is gonna be either.
How?
Jennifer, she told y'all she got that tongue, she got that mouth that y'all already know. Jackie gonna clap back at you clap back at her, Jennifer. And Jennifer, you cannot compete with Jackie when it comes to that bad mouth of Jackie.
This look like it's cold and dry.
Yeah, what she's saying about this girl event.
This fight on.
Evelyn can't stand it. How long is Evelyn gonna stay over there and be quiet, y'all? Evelyn can't stand it. They both two of the same. Y'all know when you put two snakes. I did find a snake with two heads when I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. I sure did. Despite all the accusations, the false narrative, and the lies.
The accusations, the false narratives, the lies. I don't have no issue with any of these ladies.
You just a liar. You lying, Jackie, and the truth ain't with you. You still carrying on that when this girl helped your grandson out and your daughter. You still mad about that.
Just refrain from certain things that I want to say. This is your event, so let's just
no. This is a safe space. What are the things you want to say?
I don't have no problem with nobody.
You know you lying. Evelyn even more pissed. Evelyn say you're a $10 hoe. That's what Evelyn say.
They haven't with me, so let them say it.
I'm only here for one purpose. What I'm trying to understand is.
Just help me.
Yeah, help you.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying.
See, Jackie don't have no open mind. She right now, she don't have an open mind. Let's keep it.
Trying to understand is how we got to the place where we're at today. I didn't come here to be combative. I didn't either. I'm going to start with the big.
Now, Evelyn, you always come back. I done saw you toss over tables, throw chairs, throw glasses, throw water, throw liquor. I saw you do everything. All right? So you are combative.
All of that we had in New York, right?
Yeah.
Where you talked about my child.
You're talking about when I talked.
I told y'all. Neither one of them ain't forgot. They ain't forgot. That been some years ago, but what brought this back up is that Brooke said that Jackie Mount was on her deceased daughter, so that kind of triggered Evelyn. So now all these other daughters are triggered, and then Shanice supposed to be pregnant by the game. Ooh, Lord, that's just...
Now, Shanisa said she was a builder whore after you came in and did all that with my daughter.
Okay. This is what you do. You want to talk over people.
Now, I told y'all that's the only time that I ever agreed with Evelyn. When she pitched in and helped that girl, found her somewhere to stay, and gave to the GoFundMe. And then Jackie refused to help her daughter, but Jackie felt like Evelyn helping her daughter was just to throw shade at her. How God, that was terrible.
What we're doing is we're gonna go back over the same kind of
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying. It's not to keep bringing it up. It's to let her know, girl, it took a lot for me to swallow that pill of you talking about my child.
You had some choice words to say when I left.
See, this is so many years ago. I forgot how many years ago this was, but I certainly remember this.
Oh my daughter. Why? What if I listen to that's on the internet about you having a daughter that they say is a builder whore?
The reason why I'm looking back on that book is because we got over it and we've been friends. So how are we here to you saying you want to slap me? And I've never done anything to you.
That's
it.
hard to believe, y'all.
That's it, y'all.
That's it. I still don't understand where the anger coming from Jackie, because that girl helped her daughter out.
Right. Jackie just don't forget nothing. She don't forget nothing.
She would not.
Hmm?
You remember that. Y'all remember that. That's like 7 or 8
Right.
years
I
ago.
remember that.
When that little boy, he almost
He
died.
was burned badly.
He almost
Jackie didn't
died.
have to do nothing for her grandson.
So are y'all queen and anybody want to come up? The thing is here. The link is down, but we're talking about when I look at both of these shows, talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville and the Basketball Wives.
Mm-hmm.
What we see is a bunch of what you call them frenemies. Frenemies, you guys, yeah. So they said what I'm gonna tell you what the dictionary says. Frenemies refers to person to whom is friendly despite a fundamental dislike or rivalry, right? You're laughing in my face, but you hate me. Like we show Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they say. Or a person who combines the characteristic of a friend and an enemy. And and both of them, if you look at both of you look at Basketball Wives, Love and Marriage Huntsville, that's all they is. They just tolerate each other, but they really are enemies, all of them. Hey, Queen. Queen. Maybe she got a thing on mute. Yeah, so this even I guess she'll come back. This story right here about Jackie is so it's hard. It breaks my heart. Now they bought it back up because Brooke's daughter got killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jackie had a mouth on Brooke's daughter, and so that's what triggered Evelyn to start. Evelyn, they are running around showing Sharnice because Sharnice is supposed to be pregnant by the gang, which is Evelyn's best friend, husband, or baby dad, or something.
But gonna make sure she gets somebody with some money, ain't she?
She act just like her mama. Just like her mama. They love those celebrities.
Yeah. Money.
Queen. Hey, Queen. Queen Traveling.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am exhausted. How you ladies doing?
I'm okay. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, past couple weeks have been very busy.
You there, Queen?
She gotta learn how to work that new microphone she got.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Queen, you cut off.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, something muted me. I don't know what it was, but
okay, go on.
I'm back. It's been a lot going on with my electronics. I reset everything. I did everything. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, these ladies are a mess. Jackie, in my opinion, she's a sociopath. I've never really cared for her. I just can see these type of people a mile away. And Evelyn is no different. Evelyn is just kind of a little bit more sneaky, I think, than Jackie. But it's kind of a childish, they're still give me high school Mean girl.
They're too old for that.
They should be in their 50s now.
Oh,
Yeah, Evelyn, she's close to 50 if she's not 50 already. And I know Jackie's closer to 60 if she's not already there.
Yeah, because Jackie was the oldest one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But do y'all know that? Yeah, they're bullies. But I'm gonna tell you who got their butt. When Tammy first came on that show, they were so used to bullying people and beating them up. When Tammy came on that show, oh Lord, they met that match. When Tammy
Yeah.
came on the show,
East Coast bad meets West Coast, okay?
hmm I never forget. I watched that episode last night about them food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, she came in there, she talking about food stamp, and Jennifer trying to act like she's so rich. I never seen no food stamp before. Started making fun of Tammy. Tammy put both of them, her and Evelyn, in their place. They end up having to leave the place because Tammy was going to tear their head off. They look
tear
like,
their head off.
yeah.
Tammy don't play. I like Tammy. Tammy. Tammy's my girl.
Yeah, and you know what? She grew up. She left that show. She was so tired of that. She said her children was grown. She have daughters that she have to teach how to be real women, So that's why she left the show.
How to be a builder H.
Mm-hmm.
A builder H.
What y'all think? What do y'all think about that man's mother, Pastor Keion mother?
The programming is real. The gaslighting and the grooming. This is more common than we would like to admit in the Christian sector.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women. I mean, I could go start in my family. I could shake my own tree.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of women who were side chicks. I mean, this is nothing new. Coleslaw didn't break the glass ceiling, the side chickery. It started in the church. That's where it really started, was these pastors grooming these little girls before they're barely even into puberty. Some of them before puberty.
Right.
The color purple syndrome is what we used to call it back home in Chicago. Because, those larger churches, the mega churches, even the smaller ones, but it was more rampant and easier to cover up and conceal with a larger congregation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I remember growing up, my mother was African Methodist Episcopal. And,
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like the Black version of Catholic.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of very inappropriate stuff going on with some of my peer group. And I started going to church with my mama when I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it was girls 9 and 10 who were blossoming, early bloomers, as they call it. And they were coming up pregnant. And back then, the AB was not heard of. It was happening. But if you were a Christian person or you whatever, you didn't do that AB. You got sent off, as the old folks would say. And they would stick you somewhere, either with an older family member out of state or wherever. And they say you got mono or the kissa disease or whatever, make up a story. You got the mumps or whatever, and be like, until you have that kid, they take the kid and send you back like nothing happened. I mean, what happened? Oh, I went to etiquette school for a year.
Yeah. I remember this when I was like about 22. My next door neighbor had 4 kids by the pastor. And he would come over there and he always asked me, I need to see you in church. Why you don't come to church? And I'm looking at this man. You a married pastor. You got 4 babies by door. Oh, I didn't mean to call her name. He had 4 kids by her. They grown now, y'all. They like in their 40s now. Yeah, they grown. Them children, they turn out to be pretty good kids. But I just remember him going over there, and she was so happy when he could come see her. And I remember one Sunday, y'all, she needed some Pampers, so I hauled her up in the car and took her to church so she can get her some Pampers. I didn't go on the east side. She stand up in the parking lot with her hands on her hip. When the church came out, you know how the pastor at the church do, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she put her hands on her hip. He knew. He saw her in that parking lot. He knew he needed to get some Pampers over there to her.
Wow. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I remember another story where
Hold it. Let me say hi to Pastor Justice, y'all. Let's greet Pastor Justice.
Hi,
Pastor.
Pastor.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi.
Hey.
Glad to see you too. You and
Oh,
Queen both. Glad to see you all.
hi, Miss Cynthia. How you doing? I wanted to speak. I came up because of that lady with the church, the
Yeah.
pastor's mom. I just want to say, the strangest thing to me is him being in the position he in right now, with the congregation he has right now, with the platform he has right now, and to have his mother up there, and he's publicly exposing things that went on. That was, even if she crazy enough to believe that it's okay, it's good. He is now supposed to be delivered because he had to have some trauma. He had to, as she said, he was so angry, more angry than all the others. And so he's traumatized from growing up in this environment, learning the truth about his own mama and preaching the word against what his mama was doing. But yet he's sitting there praising what she did. You were a single mom. No, she was a married woman who was divorced because she had children outside of her marriage. We talking about a preacher, a minister who's leading other people's young daughters, who are leading other people's young sons, who are not old enough as he was back then to make sound judgment on what's right and what's wrong, and who see their parents' faith in him, listening to him, imitating him. I got a problem with him more than I have with her. Because and looking in her face, when you play that tape and just looking at her, she just looks like she's not even there. She's just a shell of a woman. She has been more like that Jim Jones environment.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was gonna say. It's like a cult. It's a big,
Right.
gigantic cult like gathering, and it's been that way for a long time. People
Yeah.
are, it's like the piccolo player, who draws out the little rats in the village. He plays his flute, and they come following him up the road. That's how it is, and people have normalized this, and then they go, well, what's wrong with Pastor Keion or whatever his name is? This is all he knows is infidelity, scandal, secrets, suppression, and that's why a lot of pastors have 3 and 4 and 5 wives.
I think that has a lot to do with his wife's choice.
Right. Thank you.
That has a lot to do. He chose a woman that was just like dear old mom. Because Shawnee, right now, as first lady of this church, we talking a holy convocation where young women are looking up to the preacher's wife for direction and guidance and moral compass. She's on a show the day she ain't in church, and she's cussing like a sailor.
Who? The mama?
Shanti. She on her
Shawnee.
show. On her show. Yeah. She was
And bullying people. Don't forget you.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Everything opposite of what he preaching is what he's living, because the word on the streets is he's sweeter than Kool-Aid.
He looked like it too. He
He
really
sounds
Yeah,
like it. If you watch
he
his
is bisexual.
action and his disposition, you can tell something just not right. So to me,
That's why she's fooling around, in my opinion.
mm, you saw that I forgot what it was about her paying this young man to be with her. Gave him 50,000, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's like they got together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got together for financial gain. I don't think it's love. I think it's financial gain. They got together that they can work this ministry. He needed a woman on his arm to dispel those who are really believing the word, so that they will continue to tithe and offerings without holding it against him what he's doing in the dark, because they don't know. He got a wife. He can't be like that. He has a wife. Some people are ignorant enough to think that.
But he
Yep.
picked the wrong
Old
time. He
school
picked one off the line.
PIMP. Fleecing the flock. That's all it is. It's the oldest trick in the book. And people continue to fall for it. They allow it's just really sick and disturbing. I've always said that. And that's why a lot of the religious community that I grew up in shun me because I'm just that person that's going to be like, y'all really are going to listen to this person and their life outside of the pulpit is totally opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I look at the pastor when he's in his walking shorts, mowing the lawn. I want to see, are you living the life that you're preaching at me?
Well, I've never been impressed with the title because you can type and print a title and put it on a jar of water and call it mayonnaise.
There you go.
I'm impressed with the character, how you represent yourself when you think nobody's looking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that's
how do you
more
treat
important.
other people when you're not, when you
Mm-hmm.
think no one's looking,
Mm-hmm.
when you think you don't need a certain group of people? It's how you treat those people who society says don't matter, such as the homeless,
Yeah, but
such
when
as the
you
people who can't meet their bills, who come to the church for refuge and peace and comfort. You give them a prayer, pat them on the back, and send them on your way. See, that puts a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, nowadays we have pastors, persons I know who've been in church 5, 6 years. And when the storm came, they needed help. So they went to the church. I had to go to the secretary because you can't get to your pastor. Go to the secretary and say, we need some help. And you got to fill out an application for the church that you've been giving your funds into. The
Yeah.
church you've been in the kitchen cooking chicken on Sundays for. The
Yeah.
church you've been praying for and the pastor that you've been shaking his hand every Sunday. But now you got to fill out an application to see if you qualify for us to help you, member. I got a bad taste in my mouth with that.
Same. I agree.
Mhm.
I just recently had an experience with my birth church. I've since
Mhm.
left that church, of course, but um, well known. My mom's side of the family, well known in that area, the community, so-called pillars, of the community, and that's why I'm the black sheep too, because
Mhm.
it's just like, you are damaging people and their children when I can't even get the pastor to call me, the current
Mhm.
pastor of Trinity AME Church, I'm putting it out there, to call me and pray for me upon request. Prayer, you could pray anywhere,
Mhm.
right? We all know God is everywhere, anywhere, all the time.
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me because I will not co-sign dysfunctional behavior and I challenged your credentials, now I'm all of a sudden I'm evil? I'm like, what seminary school did you go to? Where did you study?
Well,
You know what I mean?
what you're witnessing is really Bible. When they say this is the living Bible, you're witnessing living Bible. For the word of God says that there will come a day when people will call evil good and call good evil. So that's what you're witnessing. You're evil because you're calling out injustice, wrongdoing, and bad behavior. And that's
By
what the
the
Bible
word.
says.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
by the word. I back it up
Mm-hmm.
with the holy word.
Mm-hmm.
It says you cannot be lukewarm,
That's right.
right?
That's correct.
So if I'm a pastor and you ask me, where did you study? I'm gonna proudly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I studied at the ABC, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I know that I'm skating by and I'm living for free off the you already know. It's
Mhm,
disgusting,
mhm. Yeah, I had a
and
I had a pastor that Mr. Jones, Pastor Jones, and he had a wife and they had 5 children. And they didn't even own a car. And every day he walked with his family, dressed for church on Sunday, and they walked to the church. And every Sunday they try to pay him. He refused to take the money. He says, no, God is my source. And God took care of him, his wife, and his 5 children. They lack nothing, but he will not charge to preach the word of God. He said, freely you receive, freely you give.
that's right.
Hmm. And I
Absolutely.
just, I patterned myself after that. I preached at many church and I cannot be paid. You cannot pay me for something that I don't own. You can't.
Right. We're just vessels. We're
And
just the
that's it.
vessels
That's
and the
it.
messengers.
But
We're
do
the
y'all
soldiers.
Do y'all know that the new thing now is prosperity teaching? That's mostly all you hear is prosperity teaching. It's not about you getting the money. It's like what's his name? $4.4 million. That's prosperity teaching.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
exploitation.
I watched that man.
But
That man went and did the sermon on Noah and the ark first. Prepared their mind, got their mind, prepared about the wind and the rain and all that stuff, and how you got to rebuild everything back up. And then that's when he hit them with the $4.4 million.
But you know what, Miss Titanic, prosperity is a good thing. The
Yes,
word of
it
God,
is.
the word of God said, Jesus came that you might have life
Right.
and have it more abundantly. But what's happening, man is taking God's word and distorting it. They're not there to tell you that God does want you to prosper and God does want you to be healthy, to be healed, to be delivered, to be set free from homosexuality, to be set free from adultery, addiction. But what we will tell you is that God wants you to bless us, because if you bless us, He'll bless you. If you get in this $300 prayer line, you'll get healed. But see, that's a lie and a trick of the enemy. They just taking God's word. And then God said, don't take from or add to this word. Don't take from or add to this word.
You read my spirit, Pastor. I was
Mhm.
just thinking that.
Pinky, you awful quiet up there. What you got to say, Pinky?
Oh, I agree with everybody. Yes, I do. I'm trying to hold my mouth when it comes to this woman that looks like she and lost her mind.
Mhm.
She's gone
She
in the
did.
eye. Her eyes are just gone. And for
Yeah.
Pastor, he I can't understand how he's sitting there praising a woman, even though that's his mom, but you ain't got to praise the woman. Put a story out there and praise this woman like she married God or somebody. But she cheated, basically.
You know what I
Oh,
think he was doing, Miss Pinky? I think he was sending a message to his mistress that, hey,
my Lord.
it's okay.
It's
He's sending a
okay.
message. He's not up there exploiting his mama for no reason. He's sending a message. That's a dog whistle to the other pastors or deacons or whoever in his church that's got a wife who's saying, who is that woman? He letting them know it's okay. It's all right. That's all he's
Yeah.
doing.
Because you
And
know
that's
his
what
wife
they
is doing the
call
same thing.
humanizing the
Excuse
pastor.
Mm-hmm.
She out there too, y'all. I had a picture. I don't have it right now, but I had it last time. Yeah. She said that she is his wife and nobody else is his wife. So bad to the wife had to take out a restraining order on this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that he just want her to be quiet because he's out of. She said he want her to stay quiet out of fear and the way it would look. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he got one just like his daddy. He just like his daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, he making it okay. He's justifying it probably to Shawnee. He's sitting there with his mama and he's letting Shawnee know it's okay. My mom went through that. You got to understand that because you love a person, you have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to let God's will be done. That's what he's doing. He's up there
Yeah.
setting up some people just as plain as that.
You
He's
got to be
training them.
strong.
He
You
is
know, this
pruning them
red
and
pill,
training
blue
them.
pill stuff, the misogynistic patriarchal programming of white supremacy came through religion. That's how they were able to collect us up in mass and trick us into thinking that there was some type of savior. And then they emulated the savior after the European man. You know, we all know what Judah, when you say send up Judah, those were black people.
That part
You
of the
know,
reason why during slavery, our people weren't allowed to read. Because if
right.
you could read, you could know the truth. And the truth you know makes you free.
Right.
So they held back the Bible. They didn't wanted them to read the truth so that they could be the God. Yes, a massa. Yes, a massa. Ain't that what we call
Why they
God?
That's why they edited. They took a lot of the scrolls out.
Mhm, mhm,
They translated it. They didn't even understand how to translate Hebrew, and the Akashic records and all that stuff. I mean, I mean, I could go on and on, but it's really sick what he's doing to his mother here. This
And
is really
it's
twisted,
sick what he's
you know.
doing to young souls that are coming up in his church.
Absolutely.
Because she's already on her way to hell. And if he don't have the anointing, the power, the forewith, the wisdom, even the God in him to deliver his own mama, who in the world expect him to be able to, by God, deliver them?
Let me
don't know.
read this, y'all. Look at this. I read it earlier. Former Lighthouse church member here. That's one of his church members that's concerned. All facts. She said, I first saw Shawnee attend a Lighthouse service sometime in 2018. Next thing I knew, Pastor Keion and staff invited Shawnee, Evelyn, Lazada, and Monique Payton to speak on a panel for church 2019 relationship conference. What the hell? I'm like, this lady, like, what the hell? How could you invite Evelyn Lazada out of all people to speak on relationship? But anyway, Evelyn couldn't make it, so one of Shawnee's other friends attended in Evelyn's place. And everything went down here from there. What church would invite Shawnee O'Neal and Evelyn Lazada to speak or teach to the women in their church? The devil is a lie, she said. Keion and Shawnee did first. Later, Felicia so wrong, y'all. Y'all hear that? They did her wrong. Felicia didn't deserve that. Now we can figure out what done happened right now between Shawnee and Pastor Hill, because she said Felicia didn't deserve that.
That's how he condoning that's how he condoning his mama. He living that life all over.
He was still with his wife. He was still with his wife. But I'm happy that Felicia is free from all the narcissism, the gaslighting, and love bombing that she is experienced. Look, the gaslighting, the love bombing, she is experienced. Y'all know that sounds just like his dad. That's what he said.
And Martel is just like him too. I mean, come on now, look at what he told Melody. You know, you just have you need to talk to the elder women who stayed strong when they found out they had outside children. You know, you just got to deal with it. That's what comes with marriage. You take the good with the bad, the sickness and in health. So I'm supposed to,
which explains why him and his brother have different dads.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And that older woman was Nell, one of them.
Yeah. You just put up and shut up, you know. Put up and shut up.
Nell let Chris stay home. She took him back. What's wrong with you? Aren't you paying attention?
That's probably why he went over there for Nell to counsel her, because he wanted Nell to counsel her to stay with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, you better believe that Nell was all in for Melody taking Martel back. She was all in. That's why now she put her foot in her mouth, and when Melody saw that interview, oh, you better believe it's gonna be explosive. You told me to stay with this dude.
And that's
you
why
have such a hard time wrapping your mind around why I got him locked up.
And that's why Martel was raising his voice, screaming and hollering at her, because the stories that you've been telling me, you ain't telling her. He said, tell her, tell Mel. You know, that's what he said. You did it. You took your husband back. You with your man. You better tell her. That's why he was upset with her, because she was talking one thing but walking another thing.
But y'all know what I don't understand? Destiny dating her son. So now she gonna tell Chris, you can't be selling no house to Sonny. What about Destiny? That's stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris say you don't need to consult with Destiny for him to make money or sell houses.
Who the hell is Destiny?
Well,
so simple.
Like the people say, birds of a feather flock together. You can pretend to be a dog all you want to, but when the moon come out, you gonna do some howling because you're a wolf. And that's what's going on. They pretending to be one thing to come into the show, and once you got in there, the true you has come out.
Like these two, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just gonna say, Trisha and Ken finally let the hood booger jump out. It wasn't gonna be long. She couldn't keep that demure appearance up long. Neither can Ken. Ken is a dusty, but he turned his life around. He just needs to raise his self-esteem up a little bit higher, because you can't be dumpster diving.
Now look at this. This is inappropriate to me.
Yeah,
This is her daughter.
It don't even look right. Look how close he is on her. Look how he got her lean in the back.
He pulling her to him.
Yeah.
See how she's trying to get away from him, and he taking that girl body and pulling it up against him.
He's letting her know how strong he is. He's letting her know that she has no match for him. That's what he's doing in so many words.
And sure the daddy see that.
Real fathers, real men. Now they were on the internet fussing, her and her husband, right? So she gonna post this picture up there for him to spite him. But I don't know why would you pimp your daughter out like that.
Oh,
never
pimp your daughter out like that for the internet and just to make her dad her. This is very inappropriate. This is not her daddy. Her daddy probably wouldn't hug her like that.
Never.
Look how big he is over her. At first I thought it was Trish. But then when people start saying that was the little 12-year-old girl, I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
I don't like either one of them, Trish or him. I don't like them. I don't like them. Anybody that can come on a show and represent yourself as though you're one way, and then before you even there 30 days, she hasn't even been there a good 30 days in public. And now we know that there's a whole nother side of you. If she can low rate the man she laid down and had babies with, I'm talking about to take away, to low rate his gender, to talk about his mother. These are your children's grandmother. These are the people that will have to be there for them should anything happen to you. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I have no respect for her at all. None.
And Pastor Justice, some of these men will date you just because you got kids. They
some
be
of them date you to get to your daughter.
Children. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some of these men and see, now I understand that guy Marquez said it hurt him to see this man raising his children. Now I see he said that there's been some inappropriate going on around here and he don't like it. So, now I understand why he saying and looking at that picture, because that's very inappropriate.
Yeah, and I believe every word of what Marquez said about Trish was tiptoeing and creeping way before they were divorced. They may not have been getting along. And I mean, I'm a testament to that. Like my former marriage, we were like roommates, but I never dated. I didn't even talk on the phone with other men until our marriage was over, like done, ink dry, pink slip, goodbye. That's just the way, because I don't know, even though my parents did have a very rocky marriage, it still meant something because they sealed it with having children. And my dad stayed because he didn't want to traumatize his children to say, well, I don't have a dad. Where's my dad? Who is the other half of me? And that is why I respect people like that, like Marquez. He didn't leave his children. He was forced out. And so there's only so much a person can take of being disrespected in their face. You know what I mean?
And I get it, because both of them, Ken and Marquez, said that the girl was kind of violent. It's so bad that he had to leave for 3 or 4 days when she get like that. That's Ken said. Marquez came on and said the same thing. He said he got her when they were in high school. She was going through so much trauma. He got all that trauma. Well, the family told him, was worried about him being with her. But he said he thought that he could help her through her trauma, but she just will never open up. She got a lot of trauma going on, and she's very got a nasty mouth. That's what they say.
Well, she proved that right.
Yeah, she said all on. I didn't see them texts. Did you, Pinky? They said she talking so nasty on
Yeah.
Instagram. I ain't seen it, but they said they didn't know she had a mouth like that.
Oh yeah, she does. She didn't fool me at all, because it's a spiritual thing with your speech and your throat chakra. And Trish talks from her throat. She's forcing a lot of stuff down. And they got together as children. They were trauma bonding at that point.
Right.
And Trish never really developed beyond that age of wherever that major trauma was, whether it was a little girl or a teenager. She's been holding that baggage for so long. Same thing with Marquette. She traumatized him. You know what I'm saying? She added, just dumped, and downloaded on him. You could tell by the way he expresses himself. He's very traumatized. He has a lot of healing to do also, and when people who can't finish a complete sentence and they have to pause for so long with simple, basic conversation, they have a lot to hide and they have a lot that they're holding on to, and they're not nice people. They're not. They're very nasty people.
Because she never tells us a complete story. She always give you pieces of one.
Lying by omission is still lying.
A couple words at a time, and then say that's it. And then the next time she'll give you a couple more words to add to it. She never give you a complete sentence.
Yeah.
And then she claims that's it.
But did y'all know that what I did not like about this, right? The girls' trip. Let's talk about her. This on the girls' trip. She was so nasty. This is what her and Kimmy both. They thought they had Melody. Kimmy sit up there, invited Trish, right? They knew about Trish because y'all saw where Destiny was telling them everything about her and Martel. Up doing the ending of a Melody marriage. So what happened is Kimmy bought Trish as her plus one. Y'all see that, don't y'all? Now that's one another. Trish done slept in this woman's bed. She been in her marriage at home. Well, they're the ending of the divorce now, but they still was together, and Melody still was back and forth. She was in her marriage at home and her marriage at bed and everything. Kimmy brings her. And then when it came to this chick, she brings Destiny. So they were determined that they were going to F Melody trip up. Right. They had already plotted to ambush Melody, but when they came through there, did y'all see that trailer? When this chick right here had the nerve to be, when Sonny walked through the time, she got mad. She was so mad. That's that face. See that face? She pissed because Sonny is there. And then it triggered me. The reason it triggered me so much is because I had flashback of Houston, right? Y'all remember in Houston how they did Kiki? She didn't want Kiki on that trip till she made them kick Kiki out that house. And she got the nerve to come in and bring Destiny there around Melody, knowing Melody don't F with Destiny, right? And she got the nerve. She had the nerve to tell Melody, she wanted to know if Melody was gonna give her plus one friend a room. Melody told her, if you bring a plus one, you're gonna have to foot the bill yourself. And she tried to pretend like she be living so high and mighty that she had to have a big room by herself. Lord have mercy, y'all. Y'all need to watch that trailer. It's gonna
I did. I'll tell you what I thought originally. I thought that she was out to get Sonny by inviting Destiny. But after thinking about it, you're absolutely right. Because remember, Mel said, I don't know what Destiny did when they was talking about, well, she didn't sleep with your man, did she? I don't know what she did. I don't put nothing past anybody. So they went
Mhm.
back and told Destiny that. So Stanky, that's what I call Tisha. Stanky invited Destiny in order for Destiny to confront Mel about what she said, which is why Destiny was saying, I did not sleep with him. If you don't know. But that's what it was,
Oh,
a whole
wow.
setup to,
Sure
to,
did.
to confront a male and to bring that. They didn't care about the trip. They was gonna eat, enjoy this trip, but it was about Mel. It was about put her in her place.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it was about. That's what the whole setup was for. Trisha gonna come walking up in there, and she didn't want Sonny there because Sonny and Mel, remember, they've been filming long before we knew anything. And we're just getting slices of it now. But they saw that there was rapport between Melody and Sonny, which is why Melody told Sonny, these women ain't cutting for you. That was you don't just start telling somebody something to help them out of the blue because you don't know their mindset. But Mel knew her mindset. Mel a producer, executive producer, Sonny was a producer. So there was a level of meetings and correspondence happening with them that they didn't know nothing about. So they clumped them together and they set out to, okay, you're gonna be with Melanie? No, we're gonna take her down. And that's what the
Yeah.
whole plan was, to take her down.
Yeah.
And do y'all know that Melody and Sonny got a lot in common as far
Lot.
as being
Mhm.
successful with the real estate?
Yeah.
Right.
You got Sonny do real estate all over the United States. She just not when they was talking, well, why is she coming buying property in Huntsville?
Mm-hmm.
She done bought property in Florida. She done bought property in Tennessee. She
Mm-hmm.
bought property all over the United States. She is a real businesswoman.
Yes, she
Plus,
is.
she got that TV show out, y'all. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's on
Mm-hmm.
Tubi called Sunshine something.
Uh-huh.
But see, nobody else is bringing nothing else to the table. They brought Tisha on, and what did they bring it to the table? This is supposed to be about business, people with business. What did they bring it to the table? Nothing.
They need to be on a show called Legal Analysis because
Zeus.
all they bring is courtroom drama.
Yeah. And this is all this behavior, everything we're seeing now in this new season, excuse me, it just makes me sick. It's further confirming what Melody already knew. Everybody in the original 6 knew Martel was cheating.
Yeah.
It unfolded the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, their actions are just further highlighting the fact that they all are not ish. The
But you
same
know
thing
what?
that Melody said. Nobody said anything when my husband was cheating on me. They didn't see anything wrong with what he did. And he's been harassing me for almost half a decade now. No smoke. But now, all of a sudden, this thought rocket, gets kicked to the curb because she was a jump off, and everybody's in uproar. So that tells me right
Mm-hmm.
there everything that
Mm-hmm.
I knew, that I suspected, and now it's in the open, just further confirming it.
Let me
They're just
read
further
this,
exposing
y'all.
themselves.
Let me read this by Charlene. Melody invited Tisha at Kimmy's dinner. She gave her a pink bag. Wonder what was in that bag. But let me ask y'all something. What I thought so weird about that dinner. It was a event for Kimmy, right? Now they claim they had just built this restaurant, mom and pop restaurant. You guys, that's how they say they did. But then they gonna have the event somewhere else. Did y'all check that out? That
Mm-hmm.
tasting event was at somebody else's restaurant. And to me, they doing the same thing Marcel and Tisha do. They go out on these damn construction site and other people construction site and pose like they working. And now now Kimmy and what's his name is doing the same thing. They got this restaurant, but they going to other people's restaurant to talk about the restaurant that they got.
I don't think it's finished. The same thing with when they started Black. I think that because a few episodes earlier, Maurice was talking to Marceau about repairing the roof. And
Whoa.
Maurice was like, we need to protect the investment. And Maurice and Marceau kind of made fun of it. They had a banter back and forth, but they were working on repairs on that spot because I think the taxes got behind. And Kimmy was like, look, we got to do something. I'm not working. We need to fill up all of our investment properties. And you want to play lawyer. And you're getting us more in hot water than anything else. So we need to figure out what we're going to do and start generating some income here because we're putting more out than we are bringing in. So
You
here
know,
we are trying to rent this spot out because they know if I take that as a tenant, I'm going to build it out to fit my business needs. That's money that they can save for having
but
to
you know
already
what,
have it ready.
Queen? You know what I thought about Queen?
Mhm.
That's the reason for them having that meeting with Sonny, because they wanted Sonny to buy property from them.
Yep.
That's what I think that meeting
Try
was.
begging.
Because she liked the Sonny. Y'all remember? They had dinner with Sonny and Moses. Kimmy did. Yeah, and they knew that they would came down here to buy property. But you know what? I know darn well she got better sense than to buy property from these Scots, because it probably be somebody else's stuff. Okay, let me see if a master registered nurse say, hey, my friend, we both registered nurses. My so-called Tisha, cheat back Tisha. He sure did, because she was cheat back. He was in Atlanta walking on a sidewalk. I sure do remember that. He sure do call her cheat back cheater. Tisha. Let me read this one. Now, this right here, I remember this. Bishop Paul Martin got on his jet that everybody done paid for with his family and left. Didn't help get any of these people out of Hurricane Katrina. And it's a lot of our black people say, wait, May. When Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, Bishop Paul Martin got on his jet with his family and left. Didn't help get any of the people out. And you know, they came to Atlanta. Because I came at the time, y'all. I was managing a gospel group, and we sung at that church when they came. That thing was huge, y'all. It was a mall. I'd never been to nothing like that before, and I thought about all those people in New Orleans, and here they are. I never seen nothing so huge and so big. It was a whole mall. It was a church. It was, when I say a whole mall, y'all, it was a whole big ass mall, Bishop Martin. Then they had different stuff over there. They had like little boutiques, this and that, ATM machine, everything. While the people in New Orleans was suffering. You're right, May. I sure remember that, because they came to Atlanta.
Well, some of his people made it here to Texas, and Sheila Jackson Lee and our organization sat out there and gave them blankets and gave them hams and stuff like that for them to survive. And none of their pastors, and there were some other big name pastors in New Orleans, none of them showed any type of support. None.
And and these big mega churches, they don't like helping people. It just seems like it's hard to get help from these big churches. It's hard. I mean, I say that all the time. When I was struggling, I had to go to white churches to get help. Get your light bill paid. I never got my light bill paid from a black church that I went to.
A lot of them now, like for example, Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church in Chicago, they have the same setup with the mall in there. They have boutiques. They have even gambling machines inside the church. Okay, they call it the cathedral because they don't have service in that side, but the church, the vestibule, and the sanctuary is on a different side. But that whole structure takes up like 5 city blocks. And they even have like quarters in their apartments and things like that, where it would be like a boom room. And they do that there too, but they will sponsor your light bill. That's how that works. You like Pastor said, you have to fill out an application and say, if I owe $500, they say, well, we can sponsor you $250. What that means is you have to come up with that $300 first,
do
and then
sponsor
go for the
mean?
rest. So that's
What do
how
you
they do
sponsor?
Let
now.
me hear from Pinky. What you say,
Well, I
Pinky?
just want to know, how do you sponsor somebody's light bill?
They get that, 501c tax exempt stuff, and then that gives you the ability and the power to apply for city block grants to say, well, we want to bring more resources to the community. Okay, what's your program? You write up the program, apply for a grant, and then it's awarded to the church as an entity. And then that funds, that's supposed to go for your food banks, your stockpiling of, storm prep, things like that for emergencies. But as we know, they're buying Rolls Royces, Jaguars, and jets. So then after they pay themselves first, they write it off again back into the business, because the church is a business now. And then whatever's left over, the little pennies, coins, whatever, $10,000 or whatever, then that goes toward people who, like what they call it, not benevolent fund, but they call it something else. I can't remember the correct name, but it's kind of like the benevolent fund. What? I fell at work, broke my neck, broke my arm. I can't work. I'm short on my rent. That's what that's for. But instead of assessing it and saying, oh yeah, you have bills, you have doctor's bills, so yeah, we'll help you, you have to apply. And if you're 100, number 100 on that list, you just have to wait until your name comes up. Then by then you got a red notice and your power's off.
Okay, but before I go, y'all, I'm still puzzled about this man's mama. Have y'all ran into somebody like that before? Well, my neighbor was like that, but it's just puzzling to me that this woman to be this. By now, you could have been telling your son I was wrong what I did.
Right.
Marlene
But
is like
she
that.
not. She's saying that it was God. It was divine purpose for her to carry this man kids.
But Miss Black Titanic, I hold her less accountable than I do him.
Oh
She's
yeah, the
talking.
pastor.
She's talking from a standpoint of manipulation, abuse, and all of that stuff. But he is sitting there talking with her as a man of the cloth, 24, Bible scholar, standing on the word of God. I hold him accountable because not once out of anything she says does he say, Mama, that's not right.
He
Mama,
sure
that's what I'm talking about. Her, you, me, and anybody else can be misled, can be coerced. We can be brainwashed. But the person who has the power and authority of the word of God, walking presently in that power, sit there and hear us say, I rape babies. And they don't say that's wrong. Something is more wrong with them than it is us.
Yeah,
true.
Well, what y'all think about this? I have to say this, y'all. What y'all think about that man that want the tampons in the boys' bathroom?
What? Oh my God!
Yeah.
What do you want them for? What do you want them for?
He is a governor, y'all, and he have ordered. He ordered. This is what's her name, running mate, Mr. Walsh. Mr. Walsh, what's his name? Tim Walsh is her running mate, and that's what he, like the state he from. He has ordered that tampons be in the boys' bathroom.
that just don't add up in my brain, y'all.
Maybe it's because there are a lot of children that are now being trans. They are females, but they want to be guys, but they females and they still have the same function of a female body. Maybe that's what's happening. Because
that is the agenda.
But most of
the agenda. But if a trans person who was once a male, we know scientifically that's impossible. They don't need.
I'm talking about a female who wants to be a male, but yet physically she's still a female and she still have monthly cycles, but she's walking and dressing like a man, going to a man's bathroom.
Right, gotcha.
They usually don't. If you talk to them, those they don't. They still aware that they're women's, and something can happen to them at a man's bathroom. So most of the time, I see them. They be in our bathroom. We used to call them dykes when I was growing up. No offense now to y'all LBJ community. That's what we used to call the females when we were growing up. We used to call them dykes growing up, and they be in the. Yeah, or butchers sure did. They be in the women's bathroom because they still can't trust themselves in the men's bathroom. But he ordered it's he said if he elected, then this gonna be national. And I'm gonna tell y'all something how I feel about that. I think that that's supposed to be between the parent and the child when you ready to talk to your child about personal things like that. Now I know this is new age stuff, but stuff like that, putting pampers in, oh God, I don't get it.
This is just not politics anymore. That type of talking points and rhetoric, it's just not politics. Like what does that have to do with, what is really current events going on, the economy, the inflation, people can't even afford to put a deposit and first month's rent down, let alone pay rent monthly.
But we have to acknowledge the fact that it does have something to do with what's going on right now, because the LBQGFAID group is outnumbering us. So it has something to do with it.
Well, I mean, they're like 1% of the entire population.
They're growing fast.
Y'all, let me read this. Miss Bactasia knows. I think she knows what's going on. She said that he mentioned gay and trans student. Okay. And then she said, I don't care tampons in girls or boys' bathroom. It don't bother me. Small potatoes. Okay. Yeah. But some parents do, Miss Bactasias. Yeah. Some parents do. I mean, But
I think our priorities have gotten skewed.
I was just trying to figure it out. She kind of put a little light on it. She said the trans student.
That's what I said.
Okay, gay and trans student. All right. Yeah, y'all know I'm getting a little old. Here's a lot of stuff going on that's new to me. So stuff that we wouldn't do when we were. Hello, y'all. I'm late. I'm getting ready to close. It's 2 hours later. Yeah. So I guess we got to keep up with the time, Miss Vestasia. Times is just changing, Yeah, times is changing. You got so much out there that you got to orientate your children to now, I guess. Maybe that's what he's doing. You got to orientate your children because it's out there. So you just got to orientate them. That's it.
Yeah. But if a trans go into a bathroom and there's not the needed thing that they need there, then here go the lawsuit. This school don't have what I need. I'm a transgender person. So put it there. And if you're female, you're going to use it. If you're male, you're not going to use it. So it ain't hurting nobody. It's just that. Tell me about how in the heck we going to make it next year with the taxes steady going up. Let's talk. This. I'm like your driver said, small potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Queen said, my mama is the same way. She's so delusional. She goes to church and there's only 4 members in attendance. Well, I just love them little small intimate.
I do too. Yeah, at least the pastor know your name, because some of the churches you ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah. Well, this is not a small church. Like I said earlier, I don't know if y'all remember that I said I grew up in the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Yeah,
my mother is still a member of that church 56 years later. And it used to be where the double balconies were full and overpacked back when I was going to that church. Now it's still a giant church with 4 people in it.
And they, you know what?
It's not a small church. It's just the programming hasn't worn off of some of the people that still attend. And I'm not against going to church. People worship, please do whatever God leads you to do. But you can see
what she? Oh God, I'm listening.
Yeah,
The
you can see the sick.
transmel put it up there, but
Wow.
okay. All right, y'all. I don't know. But y'all, I'm finna get ready to close and I've gotta read up on this, y'all, this transmel stuff. I said I got grandkids that I have to talk to about this. If y'all still got school age kids and Pinky, you got your little grandson. He'll be entering in school in about 5 or 6 years from now, man. It got to do a lot of different talking than when we were growing up. Pinky, you still there? Where's Pinky at? She gone. I didn't know she had left,
I
y'all.
didn't either.
Well, you know what? I'm glad she went to physical therapy, and when she go, I mean they work on that. I mean they really work her. She be hurting a lot. So I'm glad that she came. But you guys, I'm getting ready to close. I thank everybody for being here.
Thank
You
you.
guys know that Queen Cummings. Who is that? Hello. You guys know that Queen Common Sense is content creator, and so is Pinky. And thank any other content creator that was here. I didn't see. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $3 super sticker, Queen. Thank you, Pastor. It's always a joy to have you on my panel. And so on that note, you guys, okay, let me I got to read some about I don't like to go without acknowledging the people that came here. Let me see who I can get. We talked to Queen, we got the pastor up here. Sweet Tea say hello. Talking to you, Sweet Tea. Hey, how you doing? Got Pastor Justice up here. That's all here in Queen Commons. It say I got 64 people up here, but it's not showing y'all. So any of y'all I don't call, you're not up here. Kathy Cruel, hey. May May, hi. Just I like this. Evil is evil and don't care who it destroys. And then this one right here, Queen says the spirit of Mark. Is that Mark or Matt Queen? Everybody leaving.
Oh, my goodness, just me and you.
Yeah. The spirit of man is moving in massive speed. The amount of people who will be exposed is astronomical. People are going to go. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to go, y'all. I'm gonna say good
Is
night.
this your new channel name, Miss Black Titanic?
Yeah, this is it's gonna be my second channel.
Okay.
I was gonna change the channel name, but I decided to use it as a my backup channel, Earth
Oh,
Dream.
okay. I didn't know who it was. I said, who is this? And then I had to listen to your voice. Oh, this is Miss Black Titanic.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, it's just experiment. I'm experiment. I need a second channel.
And have you put this title, like how you put your banner, put that on your other channel so people who don't know can know?
I haven't put it up yet.
Okay. Because I went to your other channel and I was looking, trying to say, is that really her? Is that a fake somebody?
That's a fake. Talking about the one say Black Titanic. It's another say Black Titanic 3657. I don't know who the hell that is.
Probably Maurice.
I don't know how to report him because Black Titanic is copyrighted, trademark, and everything. That's my book. That's the name of my book.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who that is and why he decided to name himself Black Titanic.
I wonder if you could report it to YouTube.
You know what? I've been trying. I can't never get no help.
Oh, talk to Trendon, DM Trendon. She can help you.
Okay, I will. Okay, so bye, May. This Hurricane Katrina. Yes, Lord, them pastors got the hell out of there and didn't help nobody. Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, it's 10:51.
Good night.
Come on. Still say I'm trying to end it. It's frozen. Let's see.